I just feel we're rolling, by the way.
Okay.
Okay. I feel like this episode is gonna just be like a dumpster fire.
Why?
I just have that feeling.
You
We're
think that every
we're out of
time.
practice.
Well, like it's hard.
We've has the last 2 weeks seemed like it's been incredibly hard. I feel like the last 2 or 3 weeks have been like the hardest of my life.
I don't feel any different than I have been.
You don't?
I mean, just feel like I'm dying every
I feel like
day.
it
So,
sucked.
yeah, it's just sucked. It's been exceptionally bad, I
It's
guess.
been it's been like way worse than normal. Man, that little vacation threw us for a loop. Came back and the whole world fell apart.
Did it?
Kind of feels like it. All right, what do you want to tackle?
Oh, you have the list. You pick.
Ooh, let's just start off with the first one.
Which is
What is it like being married to an autistic person?
mm, perfect week to do it.
Is it?
Yeah,
Why?
because that's why this weeks have sucked because you have been extra autistic.
I feel like you're not talking very loud.
It's probably because you couldn't hear me over that thing. That thing was like a freaking rocket.
Anyway, let the commence.
No, and that's the thing. I don't know if I want to do this because I don't want. I'm in a really negative space with you, if we're being honest to the internet. You and I are not great right now, and I feel like to talk about this, I don't want like my anger towards you to then turn this into me attacking you.
What did I do?
What do you mean? You
What
didn't
have
do
what do I
anything.
do? What am I doing?
You're just extremely, I don't know, maybe it's not the autism part in it, but I don't know. It is and it isn't. You're just exceptionally angry and like I don't know. It's like I'm gonna say so, but it's like I don't. It's not going in that direction. Like I said, we're just. I don't know. I am not at all blaming anything right now on you. This is how I just explained it to somebody today. I am extremely overwhelmed on my side of life. You are extremely overwhelmed on your side of life. And it's making you extremely angry. And I would say it's making me angry. I was gonna say it's making me a super bitchy. And so it's like, you're coming at me super angry and I have no want to be around you, and I'm coming at you super bitchy and you have no want to be around me, and it's just really bad right now.
I agree.
But at the same time, where the autism part comes into it is I don't even feel like you see it that way, because so what it's like being married to somebody with autism, it can't be a generalized thing. What it's like for me being married to you as an autistic person is you have no awareness in our relationship. You never have. It's not, I know you love me and you want to be married to me. You want to have a family. You have that side of you. But at the same time, I'm trying to think of how you've explained it and exactly what you've said. What? If you tell
You
me
look
you.
yellow.
Oh, I thought you were going to say that this hasn't been recording and I was going to lose my mind. Anyways, like I said, I'm trying to think of exactly how you've phrased it and said it in the past, and I'm probably not going to get it right. But basically, like, things that, like, most women want from their husbands, partners, whatever, is like affection and just, I guess, that encompasses everything. And that is not you at all. That is not in your nature. It doesn't even cross your mind to do anything of showing love towards me. If I get anything, like I feel like even if I get like an I love you, it's something you had to like really think about. It's not something that you just be like, "Oh, hey, I love you." Like that is not you. To you just like to come up and like hug me and squeeze my bum or something, like you would have to think like I should go and do that because I should do that. And like that's something that's always been hard for me to not overanalyze and be like anytime you do anything nice or like sweet, it's like I have to be like don't overthink it because it's like I want to be like he's just doing this because he knows that like he has to. It's not just something that he's willingly wanting to do for me. Not saying it's never happened, but love does not come easily or naturally to you. So when we get into this space of super uber tension, anger, it could go on for years because you would just let it be this way because it doesn't bother you. Right? Does this bother you the way we've been the last little while?
Yeah, it's not great.
But
I
like,
definitely notice
yeah, but
something's
you
wrong.
will never be like, we got to figure this out. Like, you would never come to me and be like, what can we do? How are we going to fix this? You would just let it go
So
forever.
I have been so unhappy for so long.
Clarify.
I have been so unhappy with my mental state, like me being depressed
Mhm.
for so long. Um, I'm okay with me being like that, but I don't want you to be like that.
I know, and that's what's infuriating is you're always on me telling me how I need to do something. I need to go get on medication. You can't be doing that, but then you'll let yourself do it. And it's like we both know, we have said it to each other many times that like how each other feels is like the way the other person's going to feel. Like if you're in a bad mood, I'm going to be in a bad mood. If I'm in a bad mood, you're going to be in a bad mood. If you're happy, I'm happy. You know?
Yeah.
We very much feed off of each other. So it's like you got to get happy, dude, or we're not going to be happy. And I don't it's like I'm not saying I expect us to always be that way because we're not. And sometimes it's easy to get over, but the state that we're in now is a straight spiral to hell.
Yeah, it's not good.
Like I finally said to you yesterday, I am utterly miserable at this point with everything, not just you. And I'm so sick of it. And that's what I mean.
I can't make you happy though.
That's not what I'm asking you to do.
Like I can't make you happy.
I know. That's something that I think that we should touch on to let other people know is that's
No,
something we've recently really talked
no,
about and
like
discussed. I know. That's what I'm
I
saying.
can't make you happy.
I know, but
Not
that's Charles,
me.
that's what
Like
I'm
a
saying.
husband can't make a wife
Yes,
happy.
that's what I'm saying. We've talked about this and come to this realization as we as people, you have to make your own
Yeah,
self
you can't
happy.
make me happy.
No.
There is nothing you could do to help me dig out of this hole.
Yeah, I know. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
You can like support me and love me and all that stuff, but all that isn't going to make me happy.
yeah.
I have to make me happy.
Mm-hmm.
It's
So
your job to support me in being happy. That's your job. My job would be to support you, to help you be happy, but I can't be the source of your
yes,
happiness.
exactly. And that's not what I'm looking for. I'm just looking for you to want to put in effort with me as well on the same level to like make things better. because I'm in this space. So, backstory. After I had Binley, I didn't realize until much, much later how bad I had postpartum for like 2 years after I had Binley. Like, horrendous. And when I finally decided that I was done being depressed and I wasn't going to do it anymore, it literally was just that. It was like I had a you moment where I literally just like flipped a switch one day and I was like, you know what? Nothing's going to change this. Like, my situation's not changing. This is what it is. So I'm just going to choose to be happy. I'm not going to be depressed anymore. And I'm sure this is going to be super controversial out to the world of mental health. Trust me.
Yeah,
I am the
come on.
queen of mental health and issues and things like that. For me, I literally, that's just what I had to do. I just told myself, I'm like, I'm not going to be depressed anymore. I'm not doing this. I don't have to do this. Because when you think about it, it's all in your head, anyways. It's all your brain telling you lies, telling you all this stuff. So just don't do it anymore. And it worked. And then I slowly just like felt better. And I'm like getting back to that point again. Like, it's so weird. I just had a conversation with a friend today. And I was like telling her how miserable I was and nothing is making me happy. And I was like, but I'm not depressed. Because it's like, I don't feel like I'm depressed. I don't know how to explain it. Because I know, like, on the spectrum of depression, I probably am. But it's not like the depression of, like, the will to live is at 0 and I just lay there staring at a wall like before. It's just like nothing is bringing me happiness and I just feel on edge and unsatisfied and frustrated. Like I said to you, I have postpartum rage, which is a thing, and it's on the spectrum of like postpartum depression and anxiety and things like that. But like that's my issue that I have right now. Anyways, I could go on and on and on, but
Go.
no.
Well, we got nothing else to talk about, so
Well, no. Like, so let's. Do you have anything to say?
I'm listening.
About... Well, I know that.
I have my listening ears on right now.
Oh. I guess what do you have to add to your side of, because like you've said, you feel not great.
I don't think anybody gives a shit
You think they do about
what I
mine?
have to say. No.
And
I think people care about what you have to say.
why would that be
Because
different?
I'm just an asshole.
No, that's not true at all. And it doesn't even matter because at this point, I'm just having a conversation with you. I'm not doing this to hear what other people say. I'm telling you because you and I, again, we've like jokingly mentioned, but it's the truth. This podcast is the only time we have these kinds of conversations because if I was just to have this conversation with you, you would be frustrated and not want to sit and have this conversation.
You're right.
So I'm just having the conversation to have it with you. And I want to know. This is what I was thinking about with you today and thinking about this situation. Kind of in the vein of what I just said. Of somehow you've got okay, let's see if I can, because you know me, it's like I have it perfectly in my head and then when I try to make it come out of my mouth it never comes out the way that I want and it makes me so mad. So let's see if I can translate to you because I've said these kinds of things before in this sense, but I thought of it a very great way today of I understand that you are not happy with your job and it's making you miserable, but you don't want to and don't think that you can do anything else. So, if you don't want to be miserable and be angry and all this stuff that you are lately, because even if this takes off or something else takes off and you start, making the money that you want and you're able to quit your job, like, it's still not going to be tomorrow, right? You're going to be working this job still for a while.
Yeah.
So just choose to be happy. Because it is what it is. It's not going to change. You're the only thing that's going to make it change.
You choose to be happy.
That's what I'm saying.
Is it working?
That's what I told you yesterday. I said, I am done.
You've still been done today. Since I got home, you've still been done. Nothing's changed.
How do you know nothing's changed? You don't know what I did today.
I know how you've been since I walked in the door. You can't sit here and tell me to change. Me to just flip a switch and be happy when you said that you did that yesterday. And then the dumpster fire that's been happening since I got home.
There hasn't been a dumpster fire.
4 hours ago.
You talking my 10-minute breakdown?
Yeah, every time I've seen you today, you've had that look in you had that crazy look in your eye. Here's the thing. We're in it right now. We've got a sweet little demon child upstairs right now. She's perfect. She's an angel. And she's also the spawn of Satan at the same time. We're in it right now.
So I guess that's, again,
we got this one right behind this curtain over here listening to I'm sure she's just recording. There's going to be 2 recordings of this podcast. There's going to be this one, and then there's going to be the one on her iPad in there. But we are in it.
So
right
here's exactly what you just said. You and I are in the, parenting and the little kids and all of that. And I don't feel like you and I are, leaning on each other.
We're not.
And it's just making it worse.
Shay?
Don't filter, just say.
I don't want to say it.
Why not?
I'm having an extremely hard time. This episode's not supposed to be about me. It's supposed to be about you.
No, it's
dealing
not.
with me. You're supposed to be the one talking. We're not supposed to just keep diving into the same shit that I say every podcast. Oh my God, I hate my job. I hate my life.
You don't say that every time. Just say what you're going to say. Don't filter what you're going to say. Say what you're going to say.
Having an extremely hard time. I don't know why I'm having a hard time, but I'm having actually, I've had a lot of crazy shit happen in the last 2 years. And I'm trying to figure out how to deal with reality again. Sober.
Yeah.
I got this crutch that I can lean on anytime I want in these podcasts of being an alcoholic. I'm freaking struggling hard.
Again. See, okay, so I'm tying everything back in.
And I've told you this off the podcast. I've told you this many a time that I'm just hanging in there. Like I am hanging on for my life.
So, tying it back to what it's like to be married to you is you say this, but it's like, this is, again, we haven't talked. You'll say something, but then you don't want to talk about it. Like
I
you'll
just
say
talked.
what you just said.
Yeah, I said it. What do you have to say
And then
about it?
it's like,
That's all
well,
I have to say about it.
I know, but so from the outside perspective looking at you, I'm like, well, what are you doing to try and make it better? Or
I'm not. I'm just trying not to do it.
okay, so then why don't you like talk to me about it? Cuz we don't talk about it. You just say once every couple months you have a blow up and tell me I'm struggling. And I'm like, I had no idea. I thought everything was fine.
Well, I don't think it's ever gonna go away.
I know, and I have to be better about being more mindful of it. But everything is just in your head. That's what it's like being married to you. Is like,
Do you understand? I and other people who do the same thing that I do are probably going to hear this. I drive 128,000-pound bomb down the road all fucking day. 70 hours a week. All day.
okay.
With children. Like proverbial children who don't know what they're doing on the road. I'm saying it. You all that are listening to this, you are f***ing children with a 6,000-pound weapon driving on the. You guys have no idea what you're doing. No idea what you're doing. You're doing like this kind of shit. You guys have no idea what you're doing. And I've got to look out for the stress level, at least for me, is here for 10 to 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, 70 hours a week. Like I work 65, 70 hours a week. The stress level's here for me. Like doing my job, it's not just, oh, I'm going to go drive a truck. It's, I have a bomb strapped to me in the form of a liquid. I'm just telling you why I'm stressed out and I don't know how to deal. I don't know what to do with my hands right now, kind of like the emotions. I don't know. I'm on panic level 10 all day long.
I know.
And then I get it like today, I get to deal with this coming home. Like I left the refinery at time did I leave the refinery? I left the refinery at 2:40 today. We're getting there, I promise. And I got home at 5:20. I got home at 5:20. I left the refinery at 2:40. I got home at 5:20 and it's 55 miles.
Okay. I'm not diminishing anything that you've just said.
So, and then you like you're asking me why
No,
I am the way I am. This is
No.
why the way I am. And then
understand.
I come home and I'm dealing with like screaming babies and her flipping out and you flipping out.
But what I'm saying is whenever I ask you what's wrong, that's the answer I get.
That's the reason.
So I know, but what I'm saying is you have all this other stuff. Like you're talking about that you're trying to deal with. And you don't ever talk about any of that.
But hold on just a minute. Let me finish.
Okay.
I go and do all that, which is fine. There is zero reward for me. Now, I'm not trying to take away from what you do all day long. Your job is you are literally caring for a life all day long. which is just blows my mind. But there's a reward for you. You get smiles and kisses and
So then you need to have a mind shift change because you get that same reward doing what you're
yeah, a
doing.
paycheck.
No, you get the same reward of smiles and hugs and kisses
But I don't
when
get
you
it all
come
day.
home.
I don't get it all day. And
You
when I
know what?
come home,
I
it's
don't get it all
when
day
I when I
either.
when I come home, it's questionable.
I don't get it all day either.
It's like flipping a coin when I come home.
90% of the time,
I don't know about that.
she's yelling at me and mad at me and telling me how sad
Bentley,
she
be
is.
nice to your mom.
Don't disturb her. She's being quiet.
Here, the real problem is I am not equipped to handle whatever I have going on.
Again, that's what I'm saying is like you always say this of like what you just said. And it's like, well, like, let's try. I don't know. And you always say, well, do what? I don't know. I don't know what anyone needs to do, but like, just coming home, being mad, and being like, well, I'll just play video games and that'll make me feel better. We've done this for years. That doesn't make you feel better. I'm not saying you have to stop playing
I'm
video
going to go run
games.
through a wall. I have played video games 3 nights this week.
Can we not see? This is what this is how it turns into every single time. Then it starts
Yeah,
spiraling into this
I'm gonna go
thing.
run through. I'm gonna go put my head through a wall
Yeah, me too.
because I have not been playing video games. I have
I
been
wasn't saying
helping
that.
you.
What I'm saying is I was using it in the context of that's the only thing you've used. Like if you're upset
Well, I
and
can't
it's just
go
you're like, I
use
gotta just go.
Budweiser.
But you could do something
Like
else.
what? Meditate?
I don't know. That's what I just said. I don't know what to do, but you could try something else. It's exactly what I said yesterday about my own
Do
situation.
some
It sounds stupid,
qigong
but it's
or
the best thing I've ever heard. And the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting something different. That should be like printed on our wall.
I'm rolling my eyes so hard right now.
It's the truth. Like I said, it's stupid and whatever, but it's the truth. Is anything that we
hate talking about my feelings.
They shouldn't have started a marriage podcast.
I hate it. I thought it would be so much easier than this.
Again, that's your autism speaking. Just comes back to the whole thing of like, yeah, we don't. I would lean on you, but I can't. And you just
Why not?
don't. Because it turns into this.
Anytime that you I feel like anytime you say, like if you sit me down and you say, "Hey, I'm not doing well." I feel like I do a pretty good especially lately, do a pretty good job at just shutting up and listening to you.
Yeah, I didn't say you didn't.
Because honestly, that's what you want. Is you want me to like focus on you and listen to you when you say that.
No.
You don't want me to put my Mr. Fix-It hat on and fix it, which is what I always would try to do before.
You think that because of that one dude that Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus thing that we listened to when we were first married, and that's what he said. And you've got this in your head, but that's not true. There are plenty of times that I just want you to fix it. And I just want you to.
Can you tell me to fix it?
I feel like most of the time I do.
My finger picking has got so bad lately.
I just want to feel like a team, which we have in the past. I'm talking about right now, currently. And I think that's the other thing that's like made it even worse for me and like made me have more resentment towards you is because I am struggling, like I said, with this like postpartum rage. And you've been raging our entire marriage. And I just like have to deal with it. But then now that I've like gotten a little rageful, you're like scolding me like a 2-year-old. And I'm like, you're doing the same thing. Why am I the bad guy here? Because I can't be mad. Dodging the question.
I'm trying real hard because I do not have a defense for that one. God, I'm such a asshole.
It's again, you just don't have any self-awareness.
Podcast makes me look so bad.
No, it doesn't.
Makes
We
me
all look
so
bad.
bad.
Trust me, I don't look great either.
Golly.
This podcast is the only thing that helps you see any clarification.
Oh. I hate this.
Again, like I said at the beginning of this, my goal was not to attack you.
I think you're doing a great job. I'm not being sarcastic. Like, honestly. Oh, this is making me see myself. I don't like it.
Well, you've done the same thing to me because I
Mother.
like, so I'll make myself look bad. So when most people get like postpartum rage and postpartum, you know, any of that kind of stuff, it's like towards the baby.
Ugh.
I do not have that at all.
No, you don't. Thank God.
Mine, this rage
Is
towards
her.
Binley.
And I literally.
And I am very self-aware of it. And every day I wake up and I tell myself, I'm gonna be better.
Listen. Don't.
Don't what?
You and me have had this conversation already.
I don't know.
Do not be mean to her.
Well, but that's what I'm saying.
Shaylee?
Hold up. No, so this is exactly what I just said. You are just as mean to her. Yes. Yes, sir. Then what did you think I was talking about when I just said that? And you said you felt bad.
I'm doing it in a disciplinarian kind of way. You're doing it, from my eyes, in a mean way. What I'm seeing is you being mean and you being cold. I'm doing it in a discipline kind of way.
You snap at her just as much. Like,
perfect example.
Okay,
The
go
hairbrushing thing.
that's the one you've latched onto. And Kate, listen to this. Listen. Because I had this conversation with my mom. And I outed myself very much so and told her all my feelings, things I haven't even said to you and I will not say to you. And I said to her, you know, Charles, this is the example. I said, I'm brushing Binley's hair. I brush Binley's hair every single day. And every single day, she whines and cries and screams and hurts and owie and all this stuff. There was nothing different.
Were hurting her feelings.
Listen.
I could see it. I could see it.
It was because you were there and you made...
She's watching Pengu.
Yeah.
Shay?
That was all because you were there and she knew that Daddy would protect her and do all these things.
Just like a daddy should.
Okay, but what I'm saying is she has literally never done that.
Well, she did it. And you could have cared less.
That's not true at all.
Yep. You were fed up with her. I could see it. You weren't doing anything intentionally to hurt her, but what you were doing was not comfort her.
Because I don't feel like I need to comfort her when I brush her hair. I understand. I know
I
that
don't
I have
think.
not been great to her, and I feel horrible about it. Like I said, I
Hold on a minute. Our definition of this is completely different than maybe most people. Bentley is loved and she is cared for, and you do an amazing job at that. There's only a couple of times where this happens, but when it happens, ooh,
but that's what I'm saying. You have done it too.
I want to make you cry.
You're not hearing what I'm saying. What I said earlier about when I said you scold me like a 2-year-old, I'm talking about with that. The way that you get mad at me about what I do, you do things to her the same way I do. Yes.
No,
Besides that one instance, there's nothing.
we're not going to get anywhere on this.
But this is what I'm talking about. We can't come together
Well, we're not
because
going to get anywhere because we're seeing it on the polar opposites.
so what needs to happen is you need to understand that I am trying to not take it out on her.
You don't get a try.
And I knew you were going to say that.
You
But
don't get a try.
what I'm saying is I'm trying to turn my short-temperedness, because I would not say that I am doing anything mean to her. I get super short with her because I get so mentally drained by her. And so sometimes I'll snap and be like, okay, Bentley, that's enough. I'm done. But as her mother, I can say that I have never, ever, not even now in this place that I am now, done anything to be mean to her.
Intentionally, with the intent of hurting feelings.
But okay, so here's the other thing.
Shay,
The
I
other
am.
thing, no, the other thing that you're thinking about was the other night at dinner time when she was having the full blown meltdown while you were in the bathroom and all of that. And we had the big blow up. And like I said to you, you didn't even know what was going on.
I get it. What I'm telling you is that I have a PhD in being an asshole. I have a PhD in ripping people to shreds, and I have a PhD in being mean and mean hearted and mean spirited. I know exactly what to look for. And there's things you can do with intent to hurt somebody, and there's things you can do where you have no intent, but there's still something that gets hurt. And you have done that a couple of times to our daughter. I'm not okay with it. The not intending thing, not with intent,
I know what you're
without intent.
Yeah.
And so my Papa Bear instincts come out. I don't give a shit that you're my wife. My job is to protect my autistic child. Is the instinct that comes out. Doesn't matter if Jesus Christ appeared in the room and did something mean to my kid, I'll rip his head off.
What I'm
And that
trying
is what I want to do to you when I see that.
what I'm trying to get across is not an excuse. Like, I can claim it. But what I'm saying is you do the same. Like, there's plenty of times that I want to get mad at you for the things that you do to her. Not do. You don't do anything to her. And I don't think I do anything to her. It's the way that we react, the way we snap. And there's plenty of times that you scream at her.
I've never screamed at her.
Okay. See? That. But you definitely have. There is no perfect parenting in this.
No, this is rough.
And so
Being a parent to an autistic child is the hardest thing.
And so that's where I want you, like, again, I want us to be able to come together. And I don't want it to be, like you just said, like, you're basically defending Binley from me. And I don't want you to say what I've done is okay, because I don't agree with that. But I want you to see that I'm struggling, because I've never been in this space.
Yeah, I see you're struggling
with her.
I see you.
So I want you to then be like, hey, like, I don't know. I don't even know what I need. Like, let's talk about it. Or, like, what can I do to help you? Like, to, again, come together in it and not this become a thing that now you are so mad at me and want to rip my head off.
Yeah, I need to let it go.
Because I want to do the same thing for you and be like, hey, I know that this is really hard right now. Like, what can I do to help you? I'm going to use a conversation that I had again with this. I have like one friend, so you know who I'm talking about. I say a friend. But I have a friend, and I know she doesn't mind if, I'm not gonna use her name, but like if I tell this. So she has 3 kids, 2 girls and a boy, and she just found out that both of her girls are on the spectrum. Neither one of them are like at Binley's level or anything like that, but still. But the one that she just found out is her older daughter. She's a year older than Binley. And I came to her with Binley, and just like the feelings and the situation that I'm going through. And I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, I feel horrible. I don't want to be like this. And she like said exactly like that. She's like, it's really hard. And my kid has really hard times. Like, she's a really hard kid sometimes. And me and my husband, she's like, we basically like go, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, take turns with
Tag
us.
team.
But no, like in the way like one of us will be really struggling with her, and so then we tell the other person like, hey, I'm really struggling. Like, I need you to step it up.
Yeah.
And then she's like, then it will like vice versa. And then he'll be really struggling, and I gotta step up with her and stuff. And something that she said that made me feel a lot better was, she was like, it's not gonna be like this forever. One, you just had a baby, and so you're trying to get used to life now with Binley and another baby, which you've never done before. It's always just been Binley, and you're changing. Binley's always changing, and she's just probably in a stage right now that she's hard. She's a little bit harder right now. I think for me, I thought it's summer. She's home all the time. I have the baby. I'm doing all the hormone things and just all of that. And yeah, I am changing. Binley's changing. And we're not always just going to be in sync. And it's not going to be like this forever. I'm not going to feel like this forever.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not asking you to um put aside anything that I've been doing because like I said, I know I've not been great. There is no one who knows more than me because it's all I constantly think about lately. But it's now affecting all of us. Again, we've already said it. But my attitude and your attitude, we are just not even in the same book. And it makes me sad.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not been a good. Life has not been good for a long time. Not just like the last 6 months. It's been not good for a long time.
And you always say that you feel like a fraud doing this and whatever.
Oh, I do.
But I
I
feel
got
like
major imposter syndrome right now.
but this is the whole thing of like you're looking at this as we're doing this to give people advice. I don't really look at it that way anymore. I think this is more of showing people like a real marriage and being like, hey, your stuff's normal too. And even though we've said, we've been through it all, we're going to keep going through it all. Like clearly we're not just going to be up forever.
Yeah, it's
We're at a pretty big low right now.
I'm excited for our date tomorrow.
Our date tomorrow.
Yeah, our Costco date.
Oh. Yeah.
I'm gonna take you out tomorrow.
Me too.
You got a big date coming up too.
I know. It's like I'm
Hey,
excited.
If you don't want to go, we cannot go. I can sell the tickets.
No, but that's the thing. It's like I want to go and I don't want to go. I love going.
I
am really nervous they're gonna play their new stuff and it sucks so bad.
I don't think it's. What was I thinking?
You didn't know they had new stuff. We're talking about Charles for Christmas bought me tickets to go see Paramore this month. And no offense, Haley, but your new stuff really sucks. We don't like
it. Pretty much anything other than the Riot album sucks.
No.
That's just my
hot
take.
Yeah. Because we went, how many years ago? That was a long time ago. Weird. It doesn't feel like it, but it was
2017.
We went, and it was the best concert. Not the best, but it was so good. It was so fun. I loved all of it.
That was like one of the worst nights of my life.
but the concert was good. And I had so much fun. But I don't know.
Well, let's wrap this one.
So you can turn it off and tell me that you hated it?
You already know. I'm not a fan of me talking on the internet.
So what? You just want me to talk?
No, needs my side too.
Yeah.
So people can see how to deal with crazy people.
Hey, this last half, I'm sure I am going to get it. So
there's a big difference between me and you when it comes to that though. Because I don't care. You've never really been criticized on the internet.
No, but
I have been literally getting shit shoveled in my face for the last year.
But from what I just said,
media.
And all that is a lot different than just trucker stuff.
It's the same. You just
And women
don't care
are a
about it.
lot worse
You know
than
what?
men. What I'm saying is I will not be surprised if there's some mommies that are. And that's fine. People can say what they want to say. Because guess what? You're not perfect either. Meaning,
Well, you
you
know what?
mommies are not perfect.
Do you know how many hits I give about people on the internet? Like literally, it's less than 0. If there's a number less than 0, it would be that.
Okay, let's end on a little positivity here. I'm gonna give a nod to Rhett and Link and their Ear Biscuit. They always do.
Balls.
They always do Rex at the end of theirs. So let me give you some Rex, everybody.
What's a Rex?
Recommendation.
Oh.
What's your rec this week? They
Okay.
always say. In the vein of autism and all the negativity we've talked about it, autism is the most beautiful thing on this planet. And if you want to just feel the most joy you will ever feel in your entire life,
I think I know where you're going.
you just gotta watch good old Thorn.
Yeah.
Who's some other ones? You can watch Abby. Abby's great.
You know.
Jordan. Jordan will light your soul
Yeah.
on fire. She is Binley
Yeah.
when Binley will be 20.
We'll link them.
Yes, we'll link all the accounts
Yeah.
down in the description. Like, I'm not kidding. If you need some smiles,
Or you
Go
could
watch 'em.
just watch The Righteous Gemstones.
Gosh,
We haven't done
Yes.
the what are we
well,
watching?
because you said you hated
Well,
it.
that's because the reading thing kind of just throws me off because I'm not a big fan of talking about reading stuff, which is your whole life.
Yep.
But
We have been watching
Righteous Gemstones, man, good night.
If you want to feel joy
No,
and
cringe.
uncomfortable,
If you want to feel like in the privacy of your own home with somebody that you would trust with your life, if you want to cringe so hard that you're so embarrassed in front of that person that you would want to crawl under a couch, watch that show with your
my gosh.
with your beloved.
Just thinking about it. Freaking Judy.
But it's one of the funniest shows I've ever seen in my life.
That's one of those things that's so weird. And maybe I've said this to you before, but I have this thought pretty regularly about like books, shows, movies, music. That's what we did. We talked about it with music. So it's the same thing where it's like you hear this song, that's what I said, but like you see this show. So we watched, what was the last, like the Severance.
Oh, so
And
good.
we were just like, holy cow, like
So good.
this is the best show in the whole world. And it's like you have this feeling of there will never be like another great show. Like this was it. Like they can't make anything.
Well, Righteous
And then you find
Gemstones
another show.
is different.
But
It's
I'm not but that's
the
not what I'm
same.
saying. I know, but I'm just saying like they are all you for eternity you will be enjoying things.
Yeah.
Like it just you know what I mean? It's like now it's like the Righteous Gemstones, you're like, man, there's just nothing that's gonna make me like laugh this much. But there will be.
There will be.
Some other day we'll find another show that is just as funny.
I can't wait.
It is just crazy. It blows my mind.
Yeah.
It's weird. Oh man. Anyways,
I'm so glad that I have you
me too.
to, cliche alert, go through this journey with me. There's no way I could do this with anybody else.
No.
I found my person. I friggin' found my person. There's no other person on the planet that could put up with me. There's probably somebody who could put up with you.
Questionable.
But
so therein lies the question, do you believe in soulmates?
yes.
Really?
I do.
Honestly and truly, you believe that there is one person.
1,000,000%.
That's a whole nother episode.
All right. I love you. I'm so done talking about my
I
feelings.
love you.
Okay. I'll talk to you guys later.
Good night.